Hello everyone, I think you all are fine and enjoying your online classes. Today I am here with a new video related to differentiability, and today our concept that we are going to study in this video is geometric interpretation of differentiability. In the last video I discussed the definition of differentiability with you. In this video I am going to discuss the geometric interpretation. If you know the geometry very well, then it is very easy for you to solve the questions. Okay, so geometry actually plays a very vital role. So that's why geometric interpretation is very necessary and important for you. So just pay attention. See, for this I have considered a graph fx. Okay, that is a curve, and on x-axis I took x points, and on y-axis I took fx points. So on this graph I considered 3 points p, q, r. You can see that q point is at c distance on x-axis. So if it is c, then what will be the coordinate of q? Obviously coordinate of q will be x coordinate and then comma y coordinate. So x coordinate is c and y coordinate is fc. So these are the coordinates of q point. Now what about r point? R point we have considered at h distance to the left from c. So this is c minus h and c minus h. So the coordinate of r will be c minus h and fc minus h. Then p point we have taken at h distance to the right to c. So coordinate of p point will be c plus h and fc plus h. So this is what about the graph. Now you see, now you consider the slope of this RQ, secant, okay, RQ. So slope, I think you all are familiar, slope is y upon x. So difference of y coordinate upon difference of x coordinate. So difference of y coordinate means fc minus h minus fc and c minus h minus c. So this is what we have written here. So c and c will be cancelled. What will be left here? Minus h. Slope of PQ, if you are going to calculate, then what will happen? That difference of y coordinate f of c plus h minus fc and difference of x coordinate, that is c plus h minus c. Again c and c will be cancelled, h will be left. So this is how we have calculated the slope of RQ and slope of PQ. Now the point is, suppose in the last video when I discussed the definition with you, I told you that the limit exists finitely. We have used the term limit x tends to c fx minus fc upon x minus c exists finitely. Okay, so now you see here what is happening, that if h, if we take the limit, it means h, suppose h is a very small quantity that is tending near to 0. If it is standing near to 0, it means h is almost 0. Then what will happen? Obviously that r will tend to q. And if this h, obviously h is tending to 0, then p will again tend to q. So in this case, what will happen? This slope is nothing but, it seems like a tangent at q. So that you can see in the next slide. So what will happen if you are going to apply the limit as tending to 0, then this whole concept, this is nothing but tangent at q, and in this case also it is tangent at q. So in short, we can say what happens if a function is differentiable at a particular point, then we get a tangent at that particular point. So differentiation means tangent at that particular point, slope of the tangent at that particular point. So this is the geometric concept of differentiation. So if you remember this, it will be very easy for you to understand the theorems and the questions and applications of differentiability. Okay, so just I always emphasize that whenever you see or watch mathematics video, then you always keep a copy and a pencil in your hand and keep writing the concepts, and after that you reread them and then you yourself draw and try to understand. And if you are trying something else, you can share with me, and if you have any doubt, you can ask your questions. Okay, so the concept that we can get from this is, it means the function f is differentiable at a point, means it has a unique tangent at that point. This is very very important that we are going to use at many places. Okay, so thank you so very much. Have a nice day.